Hi, this is Sharon Richardson from Shazz It Up a Bit, and I have some very exciting news for you today. I am going to share with you the Cricut Mug Press out of the box. So let's get started. Hi everyone, Shaz from Shazz It Up a Bit and Cricut Fans of Australia Facebook group. I have with me a Cricut Mug Press, and I'm going to do an open the box, and from the box we are then going to go into our Cricut mugs that are here that we are going to use our infusible ink on, and I am so excited, can't you tell? So I've got this in the mail and I haven't even opened it yet, so we're all going to open it together. Okay, so go. Alright, so we're using our Cricut True Control knife, making sure that I don't cut myself. You have to be very careful with these because they are very sharp, but it's one of the best knives I've actually used. So be careful that you don't cut the box that's underneath. Alright, let's see how we go with this. Here we go. This is exciting! Okay, so what have we got? It says Cricut Mug Press, like that. So I'm going to very carefully take this out of this box here. Whoops. And put that aside. And then I'm going to turn it up, and then I'm also going to go to our overhead so you'll be able to see just exactly what it is that we've got in the box. And also going to read to you what is in the box itself. So on the outside of the box you've got your Cricut Mug Press and Make a Mug Masterpiece, which we shall do. It fits all mugs that are 350 to 470 mils, so that would be in the Imperial 11 to 16 ounces. The compatible mugs, they must have the poly coating on them, and our easy custom transfers. It's a one-touch setting, so therefore you just put it in, press the lever down, and that's it. You don't have to press any other buttons apart from switching it on. Okay, it is a very safety conscious mug press. So now I'm going to turn it up like this, turn it around. Here we go. So I'm just going to go to my overhead here so that you'll be able to see what we're doing here with our Cricut Mug Press. Yay! It's very, very exciting. I don't know about you girls and guys on there, but I'm very excited with this. These are the mugs. This is the press. So let's have a look. I'm going to open this up out of the box. Oops, we've got a couple on the side as well. And you can see that they've got some great designs on the front of the box here. Now in the box itself, you should have your mug press here. It has an Open Me here first, and this will need to be registered. So you've got firmware that needs to be installed on this, and this is to activate your product. So you'd go to Cricut.com and then set up. You've got a warranty here as well, so no more putting it in air fryers, ovens and all those other things that people have been doing on the net. I don't know how they do those. I'd probably blow myself up. So I am so glad that Cricut have come out with the mug press here. So getting to know your mug press and then always handling with care. I actually have you use a Cricut mat with it, and we're going to go and take it out of the box now. I love the way that Cricut pack everything, so it's very nicely packed. We need to grab it up here like this, and then inside here we also have, don't throw your packaging out, because inside the bottom here we have our cord and we have our USB. Okay, so you want to make sure that you get those out as well. And then we're just going to pop that down in there and pop our box over. Now included in it is the Cricut Mug Press, the USB cord for activation, and we'll also need our Cricut infusible ink that's compatible with our mug blanks. The blanks are sold separately, which is the mugs here, and also the ink, the infusible ink transfer sheets as well. Now this is a one-time activation that's required using Windows or Mac computer with the USB port and the internet connection. The product will not function until you've activated it, okay? It's also recommended that you use it in a well-ventilated area because the vapors from the heating process may be irritating to sensitive individuals, you know, such as your eyes, etc. In case of skin irritation, you need to immediately wash the skin with soap and water like you would for any other thing that you do. And if it persists, then, you know, seek your medical attention. But if you're used to using infusible ink, then there's no problem with it. So now the next thing that we're going to do is to open this up, and it has been shrink wrapped. So this is exciting. And you know what I love? I love the designs of Cricut. It just looks so nice and smooth. Everything that they do has a really smooth edge to it. You know what I mean? You need to make sure that you take care with it. Now this was to hold your lever. This is your lever here. It has a power button up here. Then it has 5 little lights here. So when the mug actually goes in there and you press the lever down, after this power button has turned to green, when I switch it on, it'll be sort of an orangey colour. And then when it's ready, it will change to green. And then when you put the mug in and you press the lever down, it will then go through these little lights here. Once it gets to the 5th light, it will beep, and then your mug is done. Okay, so just going to turn that off for a second. Okay, so that's the mug press that we have. As you can see, it's really simple. To register it, you will pop your USB into here and then connect it to your PC, laptop, Mac, whichever one that you've got. This does not work with to register it on your smart device, simply because you've got to use your USB on your PC. And then getting started, we will get started on our Cricut Design Space in order to activate our product. Okay, so I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I'm going to plug this USB into my PC, and we're going to go into Design Space here. And we're going to choose our Cricut Mug Press. And we are going to place that on there like that. And we're going to do what it says. We're going to plug it in with this. This is our power cord down here. Okay, and we are going to switch it on. There we go, and the light is blinking. We have now plugged in our USB cable, plugged it into our computer, and so here we go. And continue, agree to the terms of the use, and now we are going to activate it. It will activate to your Cricut ID. And so we just wait now for it to activate. it's downloading the firmware. We need to stay connected and powered on, so don't switch it off. It's going to update the firmware onto the mug press, and you will get a green light come on once it's done and it's ready to go. And then we can press out get started. It's actually taken us to the fundamentals of the Cricut Mug Press so that we can go through those. It gives us our quick links. I'm just going to go down here and make sure that we're transitioning over to this one here. And as you can see, there's a get started. These are the quick links that are there. The overview, the supplies you're going to need, different designs that are there, how to press, and then of course we've got a heat guide just like we do with our iron-on and our infusible ink. And then of course you've got your videos, etc., that you can have a look at. Find out what we've got in this box here, and I haven't opened these before, so we're just going to make sure that we get all the bits out from the sides and open our box up here. There we go. This is exciting. Now these ones are our, trying to see on the side of the box or the front of the box what size they are. There we go, down the bottom there. We've got it down here on the side, and they are a 340 ml, this one, so it's a 12-ounce mug. So, oh, look at this, we've got 6 of them. How exciting. Take them out of the box here. Take them out. Now, there are a few other things that you are going to need to be able to do this, and I'm just going to just pop that aside. There we go. And I'm going to show you some other things that you will need. First of all, you will need some Cricut infusible ink. So the Joy size is a really good size for you to be able to use. You can use the larger one because you will be cutting out your design in those. Okay, but this is a really good size for just to do a quick mug with. You'll also need your lint roller. I have one here that's sort of shaped like a puppy dog, and that will be to go onto your mat. You will need a green mat as well. So you're going to lint roll onto your mug. You will need a green mat to be able to cut your infusible ink out with. Inside your infusible ink you will have some butcher paper as well. You may choose to use some ordinary copy paper that's like your Reflex or what's another one, you know, all different brands that you can buy out there now. Once upon a time it was just Reflex, but there are all different types, but they do recommend a laser copy paper or something that has like, it's not as porous, so, you know, spend a little extra and get the nicer copy paper, okay? Some infusible ink markers or pens. You can buy them in this size here with 5 in a pack. You can buy them in a pen set of 15, either markers or pens. The pens are a lot finer to work with. Or you can buy them in a pack of 30 like this. These ones are markers and these ones are pens. And they do have a quite a big difference in the size of the actual pen itself. So you would just basically draw onto your copy paper. So there we have a marker, if you can see that there. So the marker is a lot thicker than what your pen is, and I'll show you the pen size here. I have one here that I've opened earlier. And the pen size, as you can see, is very fine. So the pen size is something the pen would be that you would use around the edge of your design and then perhaps colour it with your marker. Okay, so And also you're going to need some alcohol wipes for your cup or your mug, so that you can then have a very nice clean surface to work with. So they are just some extra things that you're going to need to be able to do your project. Okay. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to need is, of course, a mug. And I've got the smaller one here, which is a 340 ml. And it is just a ceramic mug, 12 ounces in the old scale, which is in the imperial. It does have a little label on the bottom there that you can see, and it fits perfectly into the mug press. Now when you're putting it into the mug press, you've got to put it in on an angle, like so, and then it simply goes down. And you will find that even when this mug press comes in and heats the mug, it doesn't actually heat the handle. I found that it doesn't heat the handle, so that's a really good tip. When your mug is finished being pressed, then you simply pop it onto one of your easy press mats over here, so that it doesn't damage your mat or your table underneath. Got a little bit of a packaging piece in the bottom of that mug there, little piece of cardboard in there. So you're going to need that. You'll also need a brayer to bray your infusible ink down. You're going to need a lint roller. I've got a puppy dog one here, but you will need a lint roller, so that after you have put the alcohol wipe onto the mug and cleaned it, when it's dry, then you'll simply go around the mug with your lint roller. Then you'll also need some tape, particularly if your design is completely covered in the mug and not just random. If you've got a design that sort of has half of the transfer there that can go around and stick onto the mug, I found that it will then just completely go around, and then you won't need to tape it. But if you've got, let's say, this colour going all the way around and you've got a cutout in it, then you will need to tape it most probably at the ends. Okay, so if it's going from, top to bottom type thing, so then you're going to need some tape to actually tape it into the mug. I've put mine into a, tape dispenser from one that I had. So if you can find one that is approximately 2 centimeters wide there, then you'll find that the tape will fit into that, and I find that it's a lot easier to use the tape. Now with the infusible ink, there are 2 different sizes that you can get. One is a Joy size, which is ideal for the infusible mugs, simply because it's not as long as the other, although you could get, let's say, 1, 2, you could probably get 2 on the same, well, you'd get more than 2, but I'm talking about the height of the actual mug to the infusible ink. This particular packet has 2 in the pack, whereas you can get them with 4 in a pack as well. It's a 12 by 12 or 30.5 by 30.5 centimeters, and you will simply cut out your design using your Cricut machine on Design Space. You'll notice that the color up here is quite vivid, but if you look down here where the transferred colors would be before, it's actually quite dull when you get it out of the packet. But then after you've applied the heat to it and pressed it on, it turns out a really nice vivid colour. Alright, so that's what you'll need in order to do your infusible ink mugs. Okay, so I'm going to go across to Design Space now, and we'll get a design going to do our mug.